Welcome back to Second and Short. It is Monday, June 16th, 2025. Ronald Acuna and Spencer Strider might actually be back. No. Grant Holmes is too, but we aren't as a team. Now that the Bengals have ruined things with Shamar Stewart, they're back in talks with an extension for Trey Hendrickson. And Oakmont Country Club has been taking souls all weekend at the U.S. Open. As of right now, after the weather delay that we just went through, nobody is under par for the weekend. So that's good. So the U.S. Open not quite settled just yet while we speak. Colin, how you doing today?
Doing fantastic.
That's great. This has been not too bad of weather this weekend. We obviously got a little bit of rain. But
I wouldn't know. I've been sleeping all day.
All right. Well, I haven't. And I think we got some pretty good weather. Yesterday, like in the afternoon, it's pretty nice.
This overnight's been killing me.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, 9 p.m.s to 6 a.m.s.
You know what you could do to ease up the time? Maybe distract yourself for a little bit. Go back to last Wednesday's MLB Teams by Nationality video. Give that thing a check out. And
why would I ever want to watch that?
I think it was a good video. It's doing well on YouTube. So shout out to the people who have seen it. Obviously, we played it, so there's not much use in us going back and watching it. But then we also have another fun one coming this Wednesday that I'm very excited for, which is MLB Feud. I guess we technically called it Second and Short Feud. MLB edition, because we're definitely going to do other things with it. I think we're going to record an NFL feud here maybe this week that's going to come out in a couple of weeks, but very excited for you guys to see MLB feud. A lot different than how we've done a lot of the videos, so definitely looking forward to getting the final edit done on that one this week and getting that put out for you guys on Wednesday. So that'll be out 3 p.m. on Wednesday. Hopefully. It should be out at that time. And yeah, today we've got an MLB recap, some NFL news to cover. I say college football news. It's not really college football news. I just found an article that I want to talk about that'll be fun. And then some brief talk about the U.S. Open at Oakmont, which has been a mess, to say the least. Of course, make sure you're subscribed here on YouTube. You turn on post notifications. That way you know whenever any of this middle week content comes out. You know when the podcast episode comes out. It comes out at 7 a.m. on YouTube, 2 a.m. on the podcast platforms. Every Monday and Friday, of course. And make sure you're following us on Instagram and TikTok to stay up to date over there. And if you're on the podcast platforms, rate 5 stars and give us a follow. Colin, you ready to talk about the MLB?
Sure, because I'm pretty sure I know where we're starting.
Yeah, the Braves, of course, as per usual. Ronald Acuna, though, in particular, because I want to talk about the good stuff first. Ronald Acuna, in his first 20 games after his ACL tear, 87 plate appearances, 7 home runs. That's 10.7 at-bats per home run. He's batting .387, .471 on base, and a .707 slugging. Good for a .1178 OPS. He's got a .225 WRC plus and a .225 OPS plus. He's absolutely killing. He's trying to get into the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to think about.
He's got a shot.
Yeah, last 2 times that the All-Star game was played in Atlanta, a Braves player hit a home run in the All-Star game.
So now we're not going to have any offensive players, and we're only going to have pitchers this year.
I don't know. Riley might get a reserve spot, is what I've heard. And then Acuna could also get a reserve spot. If
they need to find a way to get Baldwin in there.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I know Will Smith's the starter.
He could be a reserve behind Will Smith.
Potentially. I'd have to look at the numbers. But he's got a chance.
Or do you think they would put William in front of him?
He's not having a great year. I don't know. I think our All-Star discussion might be a topic for another day.
Because they already have the polls out right now.
Yeah.
Right? So we could look and see what.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if we've gotten any results back on a first round of voting or anything. So we'll have to see about that. But yeah, I don't know who all is going to make the All-Star game just yet. But Drake Baldwin does have a chance. Spencer Strider, not going to make the All-Star game, but did have a good start. Finally. We needed this big time.
First win, right?
Yeah. 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 13 strikeouts. And the biggest thing to me, fastball velo was back up. He was averaging 96 in this start, topped out at 98.1. That's what I want to see from Spencer Strider.
He's working his way
every single time out. I want to see that from Spencer Strider. And in that game, the Braves set a franchise record, striking out 19 Rockies in that game, which is outstanding. I think we got 4 strikeouts out of one of the relievers, so good stuff there. And then that brings us to today's game, Sunday. Yeah. How on God's green earth does Grant Holmes strike out 15 batters over 6.1, allowing 2 runs, and we lose 10-1.
To a team that's 14-57.
Yes, for their 14th win of the season, the Rockies put up a 10 spot after 6.1 innings of amazing baseball from Grant Holmes, by the way. He did give up 3 runs, only 2 of them were earned, but I mean, what is happening? Like, Enyel De Los Santos comes in after Holmes gives up, I believe, 2 of the runs.
4 runs on 19 pitches?
Yeah, 4 runs on 19 pitches, 3 hits, 1 walk, no outs recorded by Enyel De Los Santos. And then Jose Ruiz comes in, finishes the inning, gives up 3 earned runs with 2 walks. Yeah, just awful. Awful stuff.
Luke Williams had a good outing.
Yeah, love to see him doing well. I appreciate him
Can
pitching.
you pull up Orlando Arcia's stats for today?
Yeah, Orlando Arcia for the Rockies.
I am kind of happy we gave him a standing ovation first game
I'm not.
back.
Fuck that guy. I hate him. He went 1 for 4.
Oh, nice bat. 200.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
No, Orlando Arcia, don't care. To me, I feel the same way for Orlando Arcia that I feel for like Desmond Ritter.
Okay.
If anybody wanted an NFL comparison for how much I hate Orlando Arcia.
That's kind of crazy, but okay.
I think that's fair. Yeah, the Rockies had 9 hits, 10 runs. It's great. We committed 2 errors, which was awesome. Yeah, the Braves just find new, different, innovative ways to piss me off all the time. It's crazy. It's actually insane. I saw this report earlier today, which kind of surprised me. Zach Wheeler plans to retire at the end of his contract, which ends after the 2027 season. That's kind of crazy.
Which is insane because he's been so good.
Yeah, it's almost crazy that he's only a 2-time All-Star, and he's never won a Cy Young. The 2 years he has been an All-Star, he was the runner-up as well in Cy Young voting. But this guy is just amazing. And he's played, I think, 11 seasons to this point. He didn't play in like 2015 because he was hurt. Yeah. But he's played 11 seasons. At the end of that 2027 season, he'll have played 13 years in the bigs, and he's been phenomenal for a long time. Really, since he got to Philadelphia, he's been outstanding.
I mean, really, besides 2017, he's just been one of the most consistent pitchers in baseball.
Yeah. I mean, he got Cy Young votes in Philadelphia in 2020, and he didn't even really have that great of a season. And he was still he still obviously got some high regard in that first year in Philly. Obviously, the COVID season threw some things off, but like 2021, he had an outstanding year. He led the league in innings pitched. He led the National League in strikeouts. He led the league in batters faced. Like, he was staying in games. Corbin Burns was way more deserving of that. Last year, 2024, runner-up to Chris Sale, who also just literally, Zach Wheeler was like second in everything, and Chris Sale was number 1 in everything. That's just how it went. And Wheeler, I think he's just kind of used to that. But like, he'll go down as like a very good pitcher of this era. He's not going to be like a legend, but he'll go down as like, oh yeah, I remember Zach Wheeler.
He could be a Phillies legend.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, he didn't win a World Series. He got to one. Yeah, I think he's maybe like he might show up on a ballot, and then he'll probably not make it.
There's still the rest of the season.
And 2 more. And 2 more. So I'm not like saying, it's a wrap on his career. I'm just saying it's hard to give yourself a Hall of Fame claim when you played 5 seasons before you got good and you kind of ended early. There's not much Hall of Fame claim there. But Zach Wheeler, nonetheless, very good pitcher and will be for these next couple of years. I don't think he's going to be awful for these next couple of years. I mean, he's a great pitcher. Let's talk about the Astros, a guy who I think is at least inching towards retirement, Jose Altuve. Because before Saturday's 0-for-4 game, Altuve had 4 straight 2-hit games. He has been awful this whole season. This is the highest his batting average has gotten to this season since, I believe, like April 27th.
I mean, just look at this picture up there. He
does look old.
He's 35.
Yeah, he's 35. So it's Freddie Freeman. That hasn't slowed him down.
Yeah, but Freddie doesn't look as old as Altuve.
That is true. But yeah, Altuve kind of struggling. But 4 straight 2-hit games is crazy. Nathan, can you pull up his home run that he hit. I've got the video in the notes here, but I don't understand how he got this out of the park at all. I really don't get how. First of all, how he pull hit it, which is the crazier
Well, it's like,
part.
did you ever
to me.
see the video? I think it was last week of C.J. Abrams hitting a home run where that ball was like above the umpire's head.
Yeah, no, this one for Altuve was just so far out of the zone. Nathan, I have the link in there. It's at the end of the bullet point in my notes. But yeah, it was like a couple inches off the plate and high, and he still pulled it to left field.
Interesting.
It was crazy. I genuinely don't know how he could have possibly hit it out. What? You know. Here we go. How do you pull that?
Yeah, I don't
Like,
know.
it barely snuck over the wall, but like, how do you hit that to left field at all? I don't get it. Another weird thing about the Astros is that they suck at hitting with no outs, but they're great with 2 outs. With 2 outs, they're the 3rd best team in OPS at 771. When they have no outs, they're the 23rd best team with an OPS of 709. How can your, like, just go out there with a 2-out approach then? I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, that's weird. I guess they just like they thrive under the pressure of having 2 outs.
I guess. I don't know what it is, but they cannot hit well with no outs. But with 2 outs, they just kill it.
Bro, poor Christian Walker and Brendan Rodgers. What are we doing, bro?
Yeah, struggling.
And honestly, Jordan.
Yeah,
He's
Jordan's.
hurt. Wasn't he hurt? For
I think he might be.
He's only played in 29 games.
Yeah, so he definitely is. Yeah, he's on the IL right now.
Yeah.
And he was not playing well prior.
No, he's batting 210, man. That's horrible.
Let's start off the good pitching with an Astro. Hunter Brown, been killing it this season. Has had a couple shaky starts here and there, at least over the last couple weeks. But against the Twins, 7 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 12 strikeouts for him, 98 pitches. Nice to see him kind of have a little bit of a bounce back here after a couple of shaky ones. Garrett Crochet had himself a night against the Yankees.
Yeah, too bad he didn't get the decision.
Yeah, no decision for him against the Yankees, but 8.1 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts on 107 pitches. And he gets pulled in the 9th inning after allowing a solo shot to Aaron Judge that tied this game 1-1 in the 9th. Just absolutely brutal. And prior to that home run, Aaron Judge was 0 for 6 with 6 strikeouts against Garrett Crochet this season. And then he takes him yard.
Hey, if you want to be the best of the best, you gotta know how to ball against the best.
Yeah, and I mean Garrett Crochet, that kind of start,
not getting a decision is sick.
Yeah, you got to be pretty pissed at your offense.
Sickening.
Yeah, and like in the fact that like Aroldis came in, shut it down. Garrett Whitlock looked great in extra innings,
and they got the win. It's crazy.
Yeah, and they end up winning too. It's wild, especially going head to head with Ryan Yarbrough, and you don't get the win.
And he shit the bed.
Yeah.
Honestly, not even that much.
No, he wasn't that bad. I mean, he just gave up 1 run. So
the 3 walks is just crazy.
Yeah, but yeah, if you're Garrett Crochet, you got to be pretty pissed you didn't get the win there. Obviously, you could have gotten a complete game shutout if you didn't give up that home run. But also, it was a perfectly placed pitch. But Aaron Judge is just too good.
He just went down and get it.
Yeah, Aaron Judge is just simply too good.
Low sinker, I think.
Yeah, I know I think it was a fastball just low inside.
That wasn't it.
Nope.
Go down.
We'll just. Yeah, I would assume that was it. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was a fastball. There we go. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 100.
Low and inside.
Low and
100.
in 100.
Yeah.
How,
Painted.
bro?
Painted. Judge hit the hell out of that
that's just
thing.
impressive.
Yeah.
Like,
that's just good hitting right there.
him.
How about Charlie Morton? Keeps coming back and pitching well. I don't know what changed. He left the bullpen, got back into the starting rotation. His final line the other day, he actually got pulled at the end of a rain delay.
I was about to say this.
But Charlie Morton, 5 innings pitched, 5 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 10 strikeouts on 78 pitches, and only got pulled because they went into a rain delay. Crazy. Yeah, he's so old that Christian Moore was that just got pulled up, was born the same year that he got drafted. Insane.
Yeah, and Charlie Morton schooled him.
Yeah. That is true.
Pretty sure he K'd him up.
Shout out to Christian Moore though for getting up to the bigs.
Shout out to Charlie Morton for still pitching.
Yeah, I know. I mean, he already got a shout out. He's in the good pitching segment.
I think that's the first time this season, right?
Nah, he was in it. I think it was his last start. He was really good as
so
well.
We're trending up.
Yeah,
right now.
no, Charlie's killing it right now. He's turning things around. I think the ERA is back into like maybe the 7s. We're working with something here. All right, next one, Ranger Suarez. Good start against the Blue Jays. Needed a little bounce back as well. 7 innings pitched, no runs, 4 hits, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. Nathan just pulled it up. Charlie Morton's ERA down at 6.05 this season. Hell yeah. Jacob Mizorowski. Great debut.
Welcome to the show, big dog.
Great debut against the Cardinals. 5 innings pitched. He did a little more than 5 innings, but he didn't finish it out in the 6th. No runs, no walks, no runs, no hits, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts, 81 pitches. Had the no-hitter, leaves the game because he rolled his ankle and just couldn't land on it anymore. Just unfortunate. So unfortunate for your MLB debut to come to a close like that, but you can say this. You got through 5 innings in your MLB debut and you didn't give up a hit.
Yeah, 4 walks is crazy.
We
Yeah.
have a breaking news, by the way.
Okay.
MLB related. Red Sox are trading 3-time All-Star Rafael Devers to the Giants for hard-throwing righty Jordan Hicks and more.
Okay. Very interesting.
I will go see if I can find more details.
Please do, because that is a very interesting trade.
I knew the Giants were going to be buyers, but
I didn't.
So, is Devers going to DH or is he going to play third over Chapman? What?
You have never asked a worse question.
Tibbs is going to
No
Boston.
way. Let's go. Let's go. So it's going to be Hicks, Kyle. Wait, hold on. You got Kyle Harrison, Jordan Hicks, and James Tibbs, and another prospect.
Dude, that's a dub for the Red Sox right there.
And the Red Sox aren't sending any money to cover the remaining $250 million on Devers' contract.
That's a dub.
Absolutely fleeced the Giants 100%.
Yeah, no, Joe, you're just wrong.
Yeah, that guy's simply wrong. Yeah, no, I mean, that's an incredible move by the Red Sox. And you get so much money off your payroll. So much money. And you have all these prospects coming up. I mean, one of them can play DH. Roman Anthony can play some DH when Willie Abreu comes back from his injury.
Yeah, and think about next year, Tibbs can be in the pros next year.
Exactly. And he could play third. And then Bregman could play.
Tibbs is an outfielder.
Wait, who am I thinking of?
Huh?
I don't know why I was thinking of a third
You
baseman.
thinking of Cam Smith?
I was thinking of Cam Smith. Sorry.
He's with the Astros. But
Yeah, I know. Yeah, they got some things to figure out in that outfield because Jarren Duran might still get moved. I wouldn't be surprised if
for some dumb reason, I was hearing talks about between Atlanta and Red Sox there was talks about Atlanta giving Red Sox Chris Sale back.
Neither of us are in a position to buy. Chris Sale goes to a buyer.
I saw the Red Sox could buy.
No,
You don't think so?
they're like 5 games under 500. I don't
They
think
didn't
they're
pull up
buying.
the standings.
The Red Sox. They're like, I don't think they're a buyer at all. Let's see. No. Okay, they're 1 game over 500, but they're 6.5 games out of their division. You're not buying right there. Not with how games have been going your way. I mean, you're on a 5-game win streak, so it helps your chances, but I don't think
you
so.
never know because it's definitely something that I could see.
I mean, if you just gave up Rafi, I don't see you going out and picking up Chris Sale. I think that's my only thing.
Fair.
And I don't think the Braves are going to just fire Sale. That's not going to happen. I don't think they want to dismantle this team just yet. Okay, let's continue the pitching.
Would you buy a Jarren Duran Braves jersey?
No.
You sure?
Yeah,
I think I would.
I wouldn't. You gotta do some significant things for this team for me to buy a jersey.
Yeah, like Dallas Keuchel.
I have Acuna and Riley, and that's it.
I have Olsen, Riley, Keuchel, and Acuna.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna get a Nick Allen jersey next.
I like that. I
That or a
like
De
Nick.
Los Santos.
Jesus. Please don't get a De Los Santos one.
Yeah, it's fair.
All right. Kodai Senga also unfortunately left his start early, but was pitching very well. His final line, 5.2 innings pitched, 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. Brought his ERA down to 1.47. But I think they're going to throw him on the IL. Yeah, he's on the 15-day IL with a hamstring injury, which is unfortunate. But Kodai Senga's been absolutely
Hey, what was that? Like a
killing it.
1.47 ERA
Yeah.
that I just saw?
Yeah, 147. Unbelievable.
Damn.
Unbelievable so far from Kodai Senga. Just hope he gets back quick off that hamstring. You know, we haven't played the Mets in like a calendar year. No, that was a different team. We haven't played the Mets yet this season. We play them later this week. The Cubs haven't played the Cardinals since, I want to say, August of last year or September, early September. I don't know, but that just doesn't seem right.
Yeah, with them being division.
They're in the same division. How have they not played them yet?
And the Cubs and Cardinals is like a pretty big rivalry.
Yeah. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Hunter Dobbins from the Red Sox going up against the Yankees this week. There was a lot of talk with him before he made this start against the Yankees because he said that if the Yankees were the last team to offer him a contract, like if they were the only team to offer him a contract, he would retire from baseball. Because of a story that wasn't true, that his dad told him. Apparently Yeah, I know. So his dad told him that when he was in the minor leagues, the Yankees like screwed him over. And that he was like, some other detail was that he was friends with Andy Pettitte. All of this has just been denied. None of this happened. But Hunter Dobbins has gone his whole life hating the Yankees because of this. He is now on the Boston Red Sox and kind of backed up the fact that he hates the Yankees by going 6 innings pitched, no runs, 2 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 1 walk against them.
I feel like this was all planned by his dad.
Maybe.
His dad just wanted to brainwash him.
Maybe. But like his dad was never even in the minor leagues for the Yankees organization. Yeah, he was with the Diamondbacks. Like it's the weirdest story. But shout out to Hunter Dobbins for still doing his job. Clayton Kershaw still does his job every now and then as well.
I saw this.
Great
He had a
game.
pretty good
Great
outing.
game. This Giants-Dodgers series is full of interesting pitching. So him against the Giants, 7 innings pitched, 3 hits, no runs, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. Lowered his ERA to 3.25. He's now just 12 strikeouts away from 3,000. Clayton getting there. He's getting there.
I feel like if he gets that, he's automatically in the Hall of Fame, right?
Check out how he got this strikeout, though. So he threw, they're up 10-0 in the 7th. He's still pitching.
Yeah, wait, why is he still in the game?
Yeah, just he wanted to finish 7, I guess. So he throws a 46-mile-per-hour curveball
Don't tell me he just
outside. He just didn't like it. He
He probably didn't like the grip or anything like that.
Yeah, so and he just didn't want to mess up. Yeah. And so like Will Smith's like, "Hey, are you good?" Like that shouldn't happen. And then comes back with just an absolutely beautiful slider that totally threw Wilmer Flores off entirely. I mean, like a true garbage pitch to just get Wilmer Flores like, what is going on right now?
Definitely a setup pitch.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think this is something that people don't do anymore. At least like the way they used to do it.
Back
like,
in the day, this
dude,
was very
back in the
common.
day, yeah, you'd throw like an ephus.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so like what he did
To
there
set him up.
is, so he went with his curveball,
Yeah.
show it the high apex,
Yeah.
and then he basically tried to get the same release with the slider, just start it lower, and then it just drops out.
Exactly. That's like textbook.
That's
stuff.
textbook. That's pitching. That's not throwing. That's
pitching 101 right there from Clayton Kershaw. And Logan Webb also likes to do that a lot too. He's a very good pitcher, and he just likes to go deep into games. Against the Dodgers, I think it was the game after this Kershaw game, 7 innings pitched, 2 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, and 98 pitches. Actually, I think it was the game before. Sorry. And
Yeah, I assume it's that one, dude.
yeah, 7+ innings for Logan Webb for the 7th time this season. He has gone 7+. The entire Dodgers rotation, obviously this was before Kershaw did it, 2 times. Now they've gone 3 times, 7 innings. Every starting pitcher for the Dodgers, they've combined for 3 times. They've gotten into the 7th.
Shout out Robo. Sequoia
Facts.
legend.
Yeah. Shout out Robleski.
He was doing the dirty work that game.
Oh, yeah. Came in to clean up for Yoshi. And that's, funny enough, exactly how we're going to start the bad pitching segment.
With Yoshi?
It's with Yoshinobu Yamamoto against the Giants. 4.2 innings. He did a little extra work there in that 5th inning that he didn't get any credit for. 5 runs, 2 of them off home runs, 6 hits, 5 walks, 4 strikeouts, and threw 102 pitches for 56 strikes.
That is so bad.
So bad.
That is horrible.
Yeah, it almost feels weird to see him in the bad pitching side because this is just such a bad start for Yoshi.
Yeah, he was 14.
Yeah, I've
out
got
of
the
24 on
link
first
in there,
pitch
Nathan,
strikes.
for the umpire scorecard to this game. I don't mind the fact that Dodgers fans weren't happy with this.
Oh,
That's not a very good thing to see. Pretty bad scorecard for Adam Beck. A plus 1.36 run favor for the Giants in this game. Pretty brutal. Pretty brutal. The actual call accuracy wasn't bad. It was the extra stuff out of the zone, and his established zone was just awful. Awful. Yeah, like balls that got painted and then strikes that were just simply way too close. It was pretty bad. And 2 of the largest, the impactful missed calls in the scorecard, top 2 were Yamamoto's pitches.
Devers is trending.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty brutal for Yoshi up there on the mound. And then with Kershaw's great start, he had kind of an antithesis as well from the Giants. Landon Roop, a quick finish to his night. 1.2 innings pitched, 4 hits, 6 earned runs, 5 walks, and no strikeouts. Bad enough that by the end of it, Kike Hernandez was pitching for the Dodgers. Kike has actually gotten himself a decent amount of innings pitched this season. He was not good in this one against the Giants.
I saw him hum like an 87 mile an hour fastball.
He's getting better. He is getting better as a pitcher, but 0.2 innings pitched, 3 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, and 3 walks, and 1 strikeout for Kike Hernandez. But, he's not a pitcher, so I don't mind it. But he's found himself a little job. When the Dodgers beat the shit out of somebody, he comes in and has some fun with that weird-ass helmet that he wears.
That's I love that helmet.
Jack Flaherty struggling against the Reds the other day. 4.2 innings pitched, 5 hits, 7 earned runs, 5 walks, and 5 strikeouts. And the other one, Chris Paddock, who's actually the one that gave up that home run we were talking about to Altuve against Houston. 4 innings pitched, 12 hits, 9 runs, 8 of them earned, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. The awful day for Chris Paddock. But let's talk about a bad hitter. You wouldn't have thought of this guy if we were talking about bad hitters a month ago, but in the last month, Fernando Tatis has been awful. Since May 11th, he is batting 176 with a 591 OPS and a 72 WRC+.
I know he's fallen out of the MVP race.
Oh, yeah. He has plummeted out of the MVP race in the National League. I don't get it. I don't know what happened, but he is in a hell of a slump for the last month.
That's fine. He needs to be humbled. He's getting too
full of himself?
Yeah.
You think? Okay.
The way he would present himself on the field.
I mean, that's just baseball now. Guys just do that.
But Fernando Tatis, it would exceed that a little too often.
Okay. Are you a Tatis hater?
Not a hater. I'm a baseball lover.
Okay.
For the game.
Mm-hmm.
Tatis just
He's a little extra.
Extra.
Same thing with Soto.
Yeah.
Okay. That's well. Then would you say the same for Ronald Acuna? Because I think he kind of fits in.
Honestly,
with those
yeah.
two. Yeah.
So
okay.
some of the things Ronald Acuna does can calm down a little bit.
Sure.
But here's the thing.
He's backing it up.
Yeah, you can, if you back it up,
Yeah.
it's better.
That's fair. But then again, I haven't seen a lot of Tatis acting up recently. He's not playing well, so maybe he's not. Maybe he's not messing around.
Maybe someone said something to him.
Could be. Well, whoever did, take it back because he's struggling.
I think it was Jake Cronenworth.
Oh yeah,
he seems like the guy on the team to be like, "Hey, shut that shit down."
Maybe. I feel like maybe the manager.
Nah, it's got to be one of the team captains.
Okay. Let's talk about
maybe Xander Bogaerts.
is Xander Bogaerts a team cat? I don't know. I don't know if Xander Bogaerts talks.
I'm trying to think of like the old.
I don't know
the
if I've
old
ever seen him
players.
talk. Machado. Machado's
Machado.
probably the captain. He's been there pretty long.
That's fair.
He's now played more games in San Diego than Baltimore, which is a weird
I miss
feeling.
Baltimore.
I do.
Machado,
I
bro.
do miss Baltimore Machado because
That was
also
that was a
everything
different
he
breed.
did didn't matter because they were awful.
That was a different breed.
Yeah, he was insane defensively, untouchable.
That bare hand throw
Untouchable.
or like the bare hand stop in foul
Yeah.
territory. And
Dude,
just
I
hummed it.
I miss him playing shortstop. Oh, dude, that was a great time. Lamont Wade Jr. got DFA'd last week.
Good. He sucks.
Yeah, he's awful, and he got picked up by the Angels. Guess what he did in his debut?
Home run.
Golden sombrero. He was the last out of the game. It was a strikeout, obviously, by Felix Bautista for the save for the Orioles. But yeah, Lamont Wade Jr. probably not going to stick around in Los Angeles much longer.
I don't know. Maybe Ron can help him out. Has he tried bunting the ball? That might help.
I mean, that would potentially stop you from striking out or make it easier. This was just a little bit of an oddity. The other day, we got the third plate appearance ever in which the pitcher, catcher, and hitter were all first overall picks. It was Paul Skeens pitching to Henry Davis against Dansby Swanson.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay. The other two times it's happened were also this season, and they also included Paul Skeens and Henry Davis. And the first ever was on May 1st, and it was against Dansby Swanson. So that was two of the instances. The other one, which was in, I think, mid-May, was Skeens and Henry Davis against Bryce Harper. So I was thinking about this. First of all, there's just not a lot of first overall catchers, like ever. I think Joe Mauer might have been one of the first in 2001. After him, it was till 2019 when Adley Rutschman went first overall, and then Henry Davis, I believe that was 2021. Obviously, there's plenty of right-handed pitchers, but also so many of those guys don't work out.
Do you think Henry Davis kind of like semi-bust?
I don't think so. I think he's good defensively.
Because he started out his career very bad.
Yeah, he did. But no, I don't think he's a bust. I think he's not a first overall pick.
Yeah.
He's not like Mick Abel. I mean, that's a bust. But like, and his was also injury, so that's just unfortunate. But I think there's much worse first overall pick busts.
You know what's kind of crazy?
And Henry Davis has plenty of time.
You know what's kind of crazy? There's talks about Adley being traded because Basillo is just tearing it up in AAA.
We talked about that on the last episode.
It is.
I think he should get traded. Maybe not right now, but by the end of the year.
Got a fun fact for you guys.
Yeah.
There are currently 13 active major leaguers who are the number one overall pick.
Okay.
So
Start naming them.
it's kind of crazy though that
I won't be able to name him.
I
got a couple.
you should be able to get a good bit of them.
Dansby Swanson.
Okay.
Yep, that's
so
20
we have
I have them in order as well.
okay. We have
chronological.
Dansby Swanson,
Paul Skeens.
Henry
Henry Davis.
Davis,
Uh-huh.
Bryce Harper,
Adley Rutschman.
Adley Rutschman. Was Correa a first overall
He
pick?
was,
Yeah, Carlos
2012.
Correa. Was Bregman? I don't think so.
No.
No. I think Bregman was in that Trout class with Correa.
Trying to think. Are there any more pitchers on there?
Yes.
There's plenty. Hunter Green was a number 2 overall pick.
Can we get any hints?
Shit.
Please?
I really
This isn't
thought
like
I
a
had
game.
way more.
I didn't know you guys were even going to name them. I was
Yeah,
just going to
I
give them
really
to you.
thought I had more than this. Was Bobby Witt?
No.
I'm pretty sure he was like second as well.
Yeah.
Let's go. Was Byron Buxton one?
No.
Trying to think. It's so hard with baseball to do
Just give us the
because they spend so long without making it up.
So basically, it's every year from 2010 to 2024 except 13 and 14.
Which would be Mick Abel and somebody else.
Yeah, so it's Harper, Garrett Cole, Carlos Correa, Dansby, Mickey Moniak, Royce Lewis, Casey Mize, Adley, Torkelson, Henry
That
Davis,
stretch right there.
Jackson Holiday, Paul Skeens, Travis Bazana.
How did we
Well,
forget?
Bazana's not in the majors
Well,
right now.
he's made stints.
No,
Has he not?
he doesn't come up. Bazana? He hasn't come up yet for the Guardians.
I'm pretty sure
Hell
he's
no.
played a couple games.
Really?
Considered active players.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's played a couple games for the Guardians.
I mean, he's on the 40 man. I didn't think he came up.
I think he counts, but
Yeah, it was pretty dumb of us to miss Holiday.
Garrett Cole.
Yeah, Garrett Cole. Bazana hasn't gotten past AA.
That's what yeah. I don't know why I thought.
Fucking Google AI, man. Always fucking things up. All right.
So what do you think would be a good landing spot for Adley?
I don't know. Not the Braves. We
No.
don't need any more catching conversations. Anyone.
Is it bad that I could say the Yankees?
Maybe. Yeah. That's fair. I don't know if the Orioles would like to do that trade in division. Don't think they'd like to do that. Maybe. I don't know. There's a lot of good young catchers right now. In some places, the Rockies could use a good catcher.
Now they got Hunter Goodman.
That's true. Hunter Goodman's great. Shit.
Cardinals?
Yeah, I don't know. No, the Cardinals have a good young defensive catcher. Can't remember his
Pages?
name. No. You think of Andy Pages, the outfielder for the Dodgers.
No, they have another Pages on the
Do
team.
they? Never heard of him.
It's like Pedro Pages or something like that.
I have no idea.
Nathan, pull up the depth chart for the Cardinals.
Yeah, let's not. In the 10th inning against the Red Sox, we were talking about that game earlier with Garrett Crochet and Aaron Judge.
Oh, Herrera. That's what it is.
Herrera.
But
What? Pedro Paz. Nice. In the 10th inning against the Red Sox, Aaron Boone got ejected after arguing with the umpire over a foul ball that was called foul, reviewed, and confirmed as a foul ball. And then after the inning, DJ LeMahieu, who hit it, got tossed after grounding out and making a comment to the first base ump. Here is the foul ball. Colin, I'd like your call on this one. Very hard to tell in real time, but it does. It gives us an angle. But I don't know. I've seen some pretty good evidence to say it was foul. I'll say that. But boy, is that close.
I need to see it zoomed in a little bit more.
I don't know if they do show a more zoomed in version or
It's
not.
tough to tell. Like from that initial angle, it looks foul.
Yeah. Let's see. It's tough because it has to actually touch it. It's not like I don't think. Yeah, that wasn't on the ground yet. That's on the ground, but did it touch the paint? Because no paint flies up. That's kind of the thing that shows it off. Is that the paint flies up. Also, the umpire didn't really see it from the right angle to make that call. Yeah. But you also have to keep in mind, obviously, the ball is a ball, and it is a sphere. So part of it could have, like, where it hit could have been in the dirt, and part of it is still overlapping the paint. Is that fair or foul? I don't know. I think that's but I don't think it is like tennis technically.
Because
Yeah.
with that is like if majority of it is touching foul territory, but it's still hanging over the line,
Yeah.
it's still going to be foul because it's not touching the line.
See, that's what I thought too.
The ball has to come in physical contact with the line for it to be
Yes.
considered a fair ball.
Yeah, or within, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
but it's
just
so
from
close.
that initial evidence, it's a foul ball because
That's
you don't
exactly.
see any initial.
That was my thought too. And it's also, you can't overturn that.
Yeah, it's way too close.
Way too close to overturn
Like
that.
first baseman, you can't. You're not going to make that call. You're just trying to sell the umpire right there and saying it's a foul
and then the
ball.
home plate umpire as well doesn't have a view
You're not going
for
to be
it.
able to call that.
He's looking, but he's
but
not at the right place either. For
The
a
only
call.
person that can make that call is that umpire who has his head down, barely looking at the ball.
Yeah, and he was in a tough spot because he had to get out of the way.
All right, now hit play. I want to see this one more time.
Can we turn down the playback speed? Are you able to? No. All right. Let's see. He does, but like it's moving. You got to remember, it was moving a whole lot faster than this.
Oh, dude, that is so
It's
tough.
so close.
It's like you can somewhat see an indentation.
but I think that could have been the dirt got kicked up onto
that or
the paint.
shadow.
Yeah, it is extremely close. But
I think you got to call that foul.
yeah,
I
and
think-
then Aaron Boone starts freaking out, and then he gets mad, and then he throws his gum onto the field, and then he gets tossed.
I think it's like that could literally go either way.
yeah.
Like I get the argument from
Mhm.
Aaron Boone. It's because what that was the 1-1 game, right?
Yeah, that was extra innings.
You got to try to buy as many hits as you can.
Yeah.
So I do not hate that argument.
Yeah. Well, and so on the next, I think it was the next pitch, or at least the end of that at bat, ended the inning, and DJ LeMahieu, that looks pretty foul to me.
Yeah.
That looks foul to me. But it could be a frame late from where maybe it should have been. I don't know. But LeMahieu grounds out, and as he's going to first base, just what he claims happened was he said to the umpire, that was brutal. And the umpire said, what'd you say? And he just doubled down and said, that was a brutal call. And then he got tossed. That's lame.
Umpires are getting soft.
Yeah, that's soft as fuck. Okay, last thing for the MLB. We'll end on a fun note. The Nationals, big promotion, big call-up. Bruce the Bat Dog is in the majors.
Hell yeah.
Bruce the Bat Dog's in the majors. They did a little celebratory thing before the game, and he took a weird route, I'd say, to get this bat. They put it essentially right in front of him. He took a detour. Yeah, exactly. He's just doing his thing, looking around. He's got to smell it out. Yeah, exactly. He's doing his first skate, but he got the bat. He picked it up. Question. If you are an MLB hitter, do you want tooth marks in your bat? I would say no. Is he toothless?
What if that hitter's allergic to dog?
That's another good point. If James Wood was allergic to dogs, are you going to pull up your best bat dog? No. Can't be jeopardizing the players. James Wood comes off as a guy who's allergic to dogs or peanuts. He's got one inconvenient allergy.
Who, James Wood?
Yeah. You can't be that tall, that good at baseball, and not have some kind of weakness.
I'm going to go he's allergic to red meats.
Red meat? That's awful. That would be an awful allergy. I don't know if that's even, it's bad for your heart. Okay.
It's got to be chinchillas. He's allergic.
Yeah, James Wood's got to be allergic to
Only
chinchillas.
really good baseball players are allergic to chinchillas.
Is that right?
Yeah, ask
Is
Aaron
that
Judge.
right?
Ask Aaron Judge.
Is Aaron Judge allergic to chinchillas?
Yeah,
Because I only know one person that is, and right now it's the MLB season, and also Omaha, and he's not playing baseball right now.
I retired. I'm sorry.
But yeah, shout out to Bruce the Bat Dog. I'd love to see him pick up some more bats, I guess.
Shout out to Coastal Carolina.
Facts. Shants up.
Pretty sure
What do
they're
they say?
playing right now.
Oh, Aaron Judge has a pollen allergy. You know what? I've heard that people with pollen allergies are also
bitches.
really good at baseball. It's crazy.
Really?
That's crazy.
I got video proof.
Of what?
Grayson playing baseball.
Yeah. And I have a pollen allergy. Yeah, we're going to have some more proof
No, I'm
soon.
not going to lie, because the video I have of Grayson's
It's bad.
No, it's not that bad because you hit the shit out of that ball.
Yeah, but it's bad.
The base running's bad.
the moving part of it is bad. It's just the way that my body moved at the time. Bad. It's a video from when I was playing baseball when I was like 15.
He hit like a
I hit the
ball
shit out of it.
up the middle.
Yeah.
It
But
looked
I
like
just
he was running like a
could not-
penguin.
Dude, it wasn't even that I was running like a penguin. It's that I could not physically move. At 15 years old, I was going through a huge growth spurt too. Yeah, it was awful. Because that was my freshman year of high school, I'm pretty sure. I went...
No, he was wearing a black jersey.
I was wearing a black jersey. I don't know. I thought we had red jerseys for that one. I think it was the spring before.
All I know is that he ran it first, and they threw it home, and Grayson's like, fuck it, I'm going to go.
Yeah.
I thought this man was hosed out by like 30
Dude,
feet.
I sneakily got around the base paths. My whole baseball career, I sneakily got around the base paths. I had a decisive stolen base in the what was that, 12U championship game? No, 14U championship game. I had a decisive stolen base in the championship game.
Hey, all I know is that I had one stolen base in high school, and Brady House was the shortstop, so that's all I care about.
That's, you know what? That's fair.
Because I got to second base, and he goes, how the fuck did you just steal that base?
Okay, well, let's move on to this little bit of NFL news that we've got. The first thing we'll talk about is the Bengals. That's kind of half the things we're talking about is the Bengals today. The Bengals and Trey Hendrickson have re-entered contract discussions as if they thought they had gotten their replacement for him, and then they fucked that up too. And so now they're like, oh, I guess we now have to pay Trey Hendrickson way more than we would have to pay Shamar Stewart if we just give him a normal contract. So, yeah, the Bengals are just so stupid.
It's like we knew like Shamar Stewart might have been the worst pick they could have gotten in the draft.
But it's their fault.
Exactly.
It's their fault he's not signing. But
it's also
don't get it. Nobody's talking about the fact Travis Hunter hasn't signed a rookie deal, by the way. Nobody's talking about that. He still hasn't signed.
Yeah, no one cares about Cam Akers. He's a washed up bum from a shitty university.
All right. Well,
so back to Travis Hunter.
Chill out. But yeah, Travis Hunter hasn't signed a rookie deal, which is crazy. It's like him and one other person other than Shamar Stewart, maybe. I know Maxwell Harrison just signed his. There's also, I think, only 2 second-rounders have signed deals. That's it. Because I think it was Jaden Higgins and Carson Swessinger both got their full contract guaranteed. And now all the second-round picks want fully guaranteed contracts, and nobody wants to give them to
Higgins
them.
is going to be a problem.
Oh, yeah. I think Swessinger's going to be a problem as well.
Yeah, but just watching the videos from camp.
Yeah.
CJ Stroud's just throwing darts, too. That's scary.
$40 rookies haven't signed their
that's
deals.
a problem.
Yeah. 30 of them are second-rounders. Yeah. 32 picks in the second round.
Yeah, that's a
like
problem.
I said, 2 of them have signed, and they were both fully guaranteed deals, so now everybody wants a fully guaranteed deal in the second round. Yeah. It's a problem. People got to figure this thing out.
We didn't have a second-round pick, right? Because we traded up.
Yeah, we didn't have one. So yeah, this Trey Hendrickson thing. Do we think they figure something out here? I think there's a higher chance they figure something out with Shamar Stewart than they figure something out with Trey Hendrickson.
Probably. They got to figure it out with one of them.
Yeah, I think the question though is if they don't figure out an extension, does he play this season or does he hold out?
Shamar?
No, Trey. Shamar's obviously not playing because he's not under contract.
Yeah.
But does Trey Hendrickson hold out entirely? He's not at mandatory minicamp right now. I would assume he's not going to show up to anything until they get a deal done.
Yeah, I mean, if he's not getting paid,
so
he's not.
But are they going to trade him? Is the thing? Okay. Is it either going to be he threatens to hold out, they trade him. He threatens to hold out, they don't trade him, and he just holds out, or they figure something out? Which one seems the most like?
He holds out and they trade him.
Yeah, me too. I think that's kind of been the thing the whole time.
You can tell there's
trade months ago.
There's just so much bad tension between those two.
Yes, and the fact that they're circling back now that they've fucked things up with the guy who essentially seems to be his replacement,
which is a really bad replacement.
It is. It's a bit of a gamble
for someone who couldn't get to the quarterback in college. Yeah. What makes you think he's going to be able to get to the quarterback in the NFL?
I don't know. I guess coaching, but
O-line is bigger.
Yeah, I'm aware. Well, let's talk about getting bigger if you're a Bengal. Did you see what was in their locker room or in their weight room?
I did not.
Can you pull that up, Nathan? Because it is absolutely hilarious. It says a Bengal is fat. PHAT. Fat. And that stands for physical, hungry, accountable teammate. Now.
Didn't they just trade away someone else too? Pratt or something like that?
Jermaine Pratt was a free agent. He left. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, so a Bengal is fat. PHAT. Physical, hungry, accountable teammate. Who will give their all to get the job done is what it says on the wall in the weight room. Now, there's a couple things.
A Bengal is teammate.
Yeah, so that is the first thing to me. Teammate, not an adjective. In this scenario, you're saying a Bengal is teammate.
You could have just said tough.
Certainly could have said tough. Okay.
Tired.
Well, you wouldn't want them to be maybe
terrible.
Tenacious.
Terrible.
There's so many T adjectives that are so much better than teammate. So much better than teammate. Teammate is not an adjective. Exactly. It's a noun.
Bengal is trying too hard. A Bengal is
T. Higgins.
A Bengal is Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yeah. But the other thing to point out is you didn't have to use fat. You could have put path. The best recommendation I saw is a Bengal is on a path. That would have been so much better.
Nah, bro, a Bengal is fat.
Yeah, a Bengal is fat. What are we doing? Why? Well, yeah, but it's not. That's not a sentence. Yep. Okay. Oh yeah, a Bengal is physical, hungry, accountable teammate. Yeah, that flows really well. They really did a good job finishing that one out. The fourth quarter there, it's like the Super Bowl they played in.
Damn.
Just absolutely brutal work. Who approved that? Like, I understand that this is for the players and the team and whatever. Like, this isn't supposed to get out to the public, but also, you gotta be thinking. Like, somebody had to come up with this and be like, all right, I got this pitch. And he had like a slideshow. He's like, a Bengal is physical. And then he plays with the computer a little bit because he can't figure out how to change slide. Hungry, accountable,
You know who posted
teammate.
this? Trey Hendrickson posted this because he wanted to
Dude,
expose the
exactly.
Bengals.
Trey Hendrickson is putting out anti-Bengal propaganda. Yeah. Trey Hendrickson can't get in the building for sure, but he's not even trying to get in the building.
One of his teammates let him in.
Yeah.
The Bengal is on a teammate.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point. Yeah. But also, like, fat spelled with a PH is like 1,000 years old. Nobody uses.
It's like Brandon Fat.
Yeah, they just use his PFAADT.
Powerful, ferocious, angry, accountable.
Dog shit. Teammate. Let's talk about Antonio Brown.
Yeah, dude, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah,
with
he's
this?
wanted on charges of attempted murder.
Didn't this drop at like 2 a.m.?
Yeah, dude, this.
I was at work and this dropped. I was like, what?
Yeah, they're looking for him for an attempted murder charge, and it goes back to when he was at this boxing thing with Aiden Ross that Aiden Ross, I guess, hosted. He was seen fighting a bunch of different people in a video. Yeah, he got jumped.
How the fuck you gonna jump Antonio Brown, bro?
I don't know, but now it's gotten flipped back on him because the city of Miami, I believe, is who's bringing these charges against him. It had, like, in their investigation, has decided that he is accused of attempted murder. So that's interesting, and I'm pretty sure when I saw this story came out, he was in like Dubai. I think he was in Dubai on his Twitter. Can we pull up Antonio Brown's Twitter? Because I'm pretty sure he was in the Middle East in some capacity. I believe it was Dubai, which is just so interesting. He is just such an interesting fella. Yeah. So the official charge is attempted murder with a firearm, by the way. Yeah, I mean, Antonio Brown is out of his mind.
We've known that, brother.
The story came out on the 12th. I feel like I saw a video of him in a different country. Yeah, hashtag love from the Middle East. He's just riding a bike in the Middle East the next day after that. It's just crazy. So, AB, take your time getting back, man. You're coming back to a rude awakening, my friend. Not my friend, by the way. Not,
Yo, you're friends with AB, bro?
lying on my space dick space, but it ain't space shrinking. Thank you, AB. What a
Space.
poet. He's the Robert Frost of our generation. Can you pull up this graphic? Oh, what is this? What doesn't kill me makes me stronger. Want to play than play. Oh my God.
And it's quoting
All right.
Kelly Clarkson.
Enough.
What doesn't kill me makes me stronger. Stand a little taller.
Enough. All right. Enough Antonio Brown tweets.
Doesn't mean I'm
Pull up this graphic about
lonely,
NFC South defenses that I think is insane to look at. So this is how each, or like where each player came from in the NFC South's defenses. The Buccaneers have one player on this defense they did not draft.
Why are you zooming out, bro?
Oh, wait. Nope. 50. There we go. Okay. 1. That's insane.
Hassan Reddick, too.
Yeah, he hasn't even played a game yet for him. But that's crazy. You don't see that anywhere. The Falcons have 4 people on this defense that are starting that they've drafted. The Panthers have 4, and the Saints have 5. That's crazy.
We also have 3 that come from division rivals.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, two Saints and a Panther.
Which, shout out Saints. Thank you for Caden Ellis.
Yeah, and shout out to Panthers. I think Jordan Fuller will be very good this season.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just like amazed to see that the Buccaneers are like their defense is like that. I mean, that's crazy.
So is James Pierce Jr. starting on the injury list?
I don't know. I think they might just not have him listed as the starter here. With Leonard Floyd being in the lineup. I don't know.
Would you rather have Leonard Floyd over James Pierce Jr.?
I mean, Leonard Floyd has been good for a long time. Just to start, he doesn't have to be he doesn't have to be on the field for the first play, but he'll get his snaps. Trust that. James Pierce will get his snaps. Also, the Saints defense is so odd.
It's very bad.
You would think, like, on paper, on each of these guys on this defense's draft night, you'd be like, damn, this is a hell of a class. Chase Young, Brian Brzee.
Kool-Aid.
Yeah, Kool-Aid. Tyrann.
Demario Davis.
Yeah, I mean, you just like...
Justin Reed.
That's a lot of guys that you would be like, oh, man, for sure. Yeah, Tyrann Mathieu. And then...
Oh, the Panthers, bro.
Yeah, the Panthers.
J.C. Horn.
Very excited about Trayvon Moehrig and what he can do for that defense.
What about DJ?
DJ Wanham? He's very good as well.
Derek Brown.
Derek Brown is a beast. He is such a beast, and he just has no help, and he hasn't his entire career. Okay, that was all I had. I just thought that graphic was pretty cool with the Buccaneers having 10 of 11 starters drafted on their defense.
It's quite literally awesome.
Right? Now let's talk about some college football stuff.
No, how can you find college football
It's
news?
just an article. It's just an article.
Okay.
It's just an article, and then we're just going to give some opinions on some other things that we could add to this list. So
Perfect.
This is a list of the 10 most impactful transfers of the transfer portal era in college football. Begin. Number 10 is Olu Olawutimi, I believe. Is how you say that, from Michigan. I like it. I think there's better picks. But I also think they didn't want to just pick quarterbacks.
Yeah, I think they wanted to expand and not just have skill position players.
Yeah, but Olu was outstanding.
Yeah, he was phenomenal.
At Michigan. And was very good at Virginia as well.
Jared
Verse at number 9. Love that one as well because I think Jared Verse was one of the first big like FCS to FBS transfers that like skyrocketed in draft stock coming from SUNY Albany, I think. Yeah. And he was obviously amazing at Florida State.
And he's amazing with the Rams.
And he is amazing with the Rams. All right, on to the next one. Jameson Williams at 8.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes.
Fourth highest non-ranked, the fourth highest non-quarterback on the list.
I love him.
Okay. That's hey, it's Pride Month, man. All right. So yeah, Jameson Williams I think is a great pick coming from Ohio State. Because it's so funny to be like, oh, well, the Ohio State wide receiver room is too crowded. Let me go to Alabama. I mean, those are literally like the 2 best wide receiver schools out there.
And what's crazy is that, bro, it's like there's so many like what ifs you could say. Like, what if he didn't tear his ACL?
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Like, would we have repeated?
Maybe.
It's hard to say.
It's hard to say, but it certainly was a factor.
Because my God, he was so good.
Yeah. What a great kick returner.
Yes.
Oh, unbelievable kick returner. Loved Jameson Williams while he was at Alabama. All right. On to number 7, Nathan. We've got Jaden Daniels, who I think could be higher.
Yeah.
As a Heisman winner, could be higher. And I think for him, once again, he was one of the guys, and I already know who's number 1 on the list because I looked at it.
I have a feeling I know who number 1 on the list is.
I don't know if you do. We'll see. But I think Jaden Daniels and that guy were the first of the like, okay, we played really well at this school, but maybe didn't get the love we deserved. Or maybe injuries or whatever that was. And everybody knew they were a good player, and then they went to a better program and had better coaching, better capabilities, a better program, whatever, and accelerated their game tenfold. And Jaden Daniels, I think, is a perfect example of it. But I think between him and the guy who's going to be first on this list, Jaden Daniels didn't win anything big or go anywhere big, but he won the Heisman, and he only had really one great season.
Yeah.
Travis Hunter, I don't love, but I don't know if Travis Hunter is. I know, obviously, he made his transfer in the transfer portal era, obviously, but it wasn't along the lines of everybody else's.
No,
because it
brought
was
him.
he was just following coach, and the only reason he was in the FCS is that he was following his coach. Like that part, I don't love. So maybe it shouldn't be as high, but he did have a huge impact on the game. So I will give him that credit as a transfer player. Number 5, Caleb Williams. I like that one too because that one was a coach follow, but that one was a clear step up. Everybody knew that Caleb Williams was, at the time, too good for the Oklahoma market and what they were doing there. Especially because like Rattler was there and there was all that issue. Like it seemed like Lincoln Riley wanted out and to go somewhere better, but Oklahoma wasn't the place to be, which was surprising because Oklahoma prior to that was winning. They were winning Heisman. They had Heisman winners left and right. But Caleb kind of needed a move. And I like that pick because he was also part of like that big push in NIL and how it factored in the
USC
transfer
offense
portal.
just fit him perfectly.
Yeah, it did. And that's why they sucked. All right. On to number 4, Caleb Downs, which once again, when it comes to non-quarterback transfers, he's been a big deal, especially going on to win a national title. And he's still got another year, which is crazy. I know you miss him dearly, but you can't argue that he has been one of the most impactful transfer players of the transfer era.
He was literally one of the key reasons why they won a natty last year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100% he was.
Like, man, I miss him, man.
Not that he would have gotten you guys a natty last year.
But just his presence on the defense.
Yeah. Oh,
bro.
he's unbelievable. He really is. All right. On to number 3.
Oh, my.
Just brought on some flashbacks. I forgot Kenneth Walker transferred. Hand up. Forgot he transferred from Wake Forest. But this was like the start of the transfer portal era, pretty much. Won the Doak Walker Award, unanimous All-American at Michigan State. Ended up being a first-round pick, right?
Yeah.
I think? Yeah. So I like this as well. And I think he's one of them that was early in the transfer portal era, so we weren't covering it like that. We weren't all just getting like Pete Nakos and Hayes Fawcett notifications every day about a different transfer. Kenneth Walker kind of made that move before we were really talking about the transfer portal the way we do now, and made a name for himself at a bigger program that probably appreciated his value a little bit more. Okay, on to number 2. And we've got Justin Fields. Once again, another guy.
So I definitely know who number 1 is.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Another guy who just needed to go somewhere for playing time. I think Justin Fields is maybe the perfect example of I got here, I couldn't become the starter, I had to leave.
Yeah.
And he did so and played in a college football playoff twice, I think. Both times he lost. But I think Justin Fields is like the epitome of that scenario where you just go somewhere and you're just not going to be the guy, so you leave and you still make a name for yourself.
He's the last Ohio State quarterback to defeat Michigan.
Yeah, he is, which is crazy. Absolutely insane. Because Justin Fields is on his 3rd team in the NFL already. Okay, wait. Before we get to number 1, who do you think it is?
Is it JB?
No.
It's not?
No.
I for sure thought it was.
Can you maybe talk into the mic without your hands in your mouth?
Sorry.
Thank you.
That's what I for sure thought it was.
Okay. Well, it's not. It's Michael Penix from Indiana to Washington.
I totally forgot he transferred.
Yeah, see? That's why I thought you didn't know when you kept saying you did.
I just thought like Joe Burrow would have been on here from Ohio State to
because
LSU.
I think Joe Burrow was technically before the transfer portal era. So, like, he transferred, but not in the same kind of manner in which we do it now.
Is that Brian's brother?
That would be very funny.
Brian
So
Bayo's brother.
the other prospect that was named in that Red Sox Giants trade is Jose Bayo.
It's a lot in return for one
It
player.
is a lot in return for Rafael Devers, but it's a big contract.
And that the Red Sox don't have to pay him anymore.
Yeah, that's a big deal for sure. But yeah, I like Penix at number 1 because he
turned Washington around.
Yeah, he turned Washington around kind of as a program. Well, not around because they were only a couple years removed from going to a college football playoff with Jake Browning. But like Heisman, like finished second in Heisman, had a great year the year before at Washington, played 2 years as well. I think it's a big deal for me. But I like Penix at the top of this list. Who are some guys that you think should have been there? I know you had said Joe Burrow. I don't know if he necessarily fits what they were looking for here.
It's like I feel like if you put Travis Hunter on this list, you probably could have put Shador on here.
Maybe. I don't think Shador, because like Travis won the awards, he was a top pick.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. I think he gets the leg up there over Shador. But like I would argue Cam Ward is a great example of it. Because going from incarnate word as a 0-star to playing 2 years at Washington State, then going to Miami and doing what he did at Miami and then being the number 1 overall pick, I think he's like the epitome of how the transfer portal should work. And I'm sure he got paid throughout those transfers.
Riley Leonard.
Yeah, Riley Leonard would be a great one going to Notre Dame. Because it was like at Duke, he was whatever. His coach left and he was like, you know what? I'm going to try something different. I'm not going to follow coach. I'm going to go do my thing. And got himself to a college football playoff championship.
What about Kyle McCord?
Kyle McCord, I think, fits well. I think Will Howard almost deserves a little credit here. I mean, he was like a 2-year starter at Kansas State, and nobody really thought of him as like an NFL guy. But makes the move to Ohio State, and we all doubted. I know we did. It's on this podcast. You can go back a year from or a year ago and see us doubting Will Howard in real time. But he was great. And he earned himself a spot, and he's going to be a backup in Pittsburgh and probably next in line to start. Like, he built something out of a simple move. One move, and it was a step up. I think that's the only issue for McCord. Mm-hmm. He took a step back, theoretically, obviously. But his numbers didn't, and his play didn't, but he took a step notoriety-wise.
Did he end up getting drafted? I forget.
I think so. I think he was a late pick, but I do think he got drafted. I don't know where Kyle McCord is. Nathan, could you tell us where Kyle McCord ended up? I'm trying to think of a couple other. I mean, Keon Coleman was a blow-up kind of sensation when he went to Florida State from Michigan
Eagles.
State.
That's
for
right.
McCord. That's right.
What about Jahmyr Gibbs?
Yeah,
from Georgia Tech to Alabama.
That's a great one, actually, that people wouldn't be talking about. That is a great one. I'm trying to think of any others. There's so many guys that just like made a quick jump and you don't even really think about it.
Yeah.
And it's hard to do ones of like guys that like are just now coming out.
Mm-hmm.
But like Caleb Downs, I mean, he's still in college football.
Yeah, don't remind me, man.
Is there any like has Alabama had any guys come in? I mean,
not necessarily.
Because like Proctor left and came back.
Yeah. And like we've mainly just been seeing more people come out, and then we're just recruiting better.
Yeah. I mean, who? I guess the wide receivers that keep going to Texas don't work out.
Isaiah Bond.
Yeah. I mean, you got Bond and A.D. Mitchell. Neither of those really worked.
I mean, Mitchell's
fine. He hasn't really done anything yet, but I'm trying to think of anybody else that might maybe fit as like an impactful transfer portal player.
I'm sure there's a lot.
Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah.
He would be, and I mean, he did the UCF to Oklahoma to Oregon, which I think is maybe part of why he would have a big impact there. But I do think that, I know they're trying to change the transfer portal rules again. I think they're trying to go for one portal window so that there's not this extra jump around time. But I thought that was a fun article.
Absolutely.
Okay, well let's shift our focus over to the U.S. Open. I don't know what's happened since. I guess I think they got through hole 10. It's gotten crazy. What are we at right now? Nathan, just give us the update because you've got the leaderboard here.
So Sam Burns was leading when we walked into this room, and he was at what? Even? One down?
One over.
He was even.
Even.
He was even when we walked in.
Yeah, he's 8 over.
What?
Jeez.
Huh?
Apparently, he had to hit out of this lie, and the rules official deemed this not water relief.
Really? He is inside of the ground. His
Where-
ball's inside there?
No.
Oh.
This is somebody else going
Oh.
up after he.
Okay.
This is his shot out, I'm pretty sure. where he
Gotcha.
hit with
I
one of
mean,
these
yeah,
spots.
you got to play that.
Is that not casual water?
If
So there's
Unless it's
apparently there's
in that hole.
ruling Casual water relief. He was denied.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that seems like casual water in which you would be allowed to go back.
not if he was just sitting on the grass.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying if he was in that hole.
I think that hole might have been from after his club hit.
Gotcha. Okay.
But if he was just sitting on the grass, then yeah, it's not free relief.
No, that's fair. Yeah, I'd have to see it in real time, maybe.
Yeah, I've been trying to find it, but I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, Burns is 7 over through 17
That's
right now.
Crazy.
Spaun is in first though.
Yeah,
Even.
JJ Spaun.
He's on 18 now. All he needs is a par to win.
McIntyre's killing it. He's 2 down.
Yeah, he came out
he
of
shot
nowhere.
2 down, bro.
Yep, he's
He
either
came out of absolutely
probably
nowhere.
for sure finish.
Wasn't
second,
wasn't
depending on
Scott
how-
in second place?
Who?
Scott.
Yeah, Adam Scott was in second.
He finished 8 over, or he's
What
8 over
the
through
hell?
17.
He's 5
On the
over
day
now.
or his total?
His total's 5.
Okay.
Yeah, on
Wow.
the day is 8 over.
Holy
It's
shit.
a rough day out there in this wet.
Yeah, I mean this course has been crazy already, and then you throw in the weather impacting this. It's been an insane U.S. Open at Oakmont, a place that many people hope they're not going back to, and Wyndham Clark probably not going back to, just in general.
Yeah.
After he tore up some lockers, and I can't blame him honestly. I mean, yeah, don't destroy the clubhouse, but
I would lose my mind at this course.
yeah.
After shooting like a 65, I would just go to the clubhouse and just
like
be
if you're calling Rory a whiny bitch for what he's done this weekend, you would hate to see me out there. I would be putting clubs through skulls.
look like SpongeBob after all those milkshakes he drank. We'll just call it that.
I hate.
Oh, waiter.
All right.
What's this?
Okay, this is the shot that Burns had to play off of. Okay, so it was on 15. So he hit down into some
Died
thick
in the
water.
Yeah,
And
but
then look at this.
that's no relief.
No, I wouldn't give him relief on that. I mean, it was wet because it's just how the water goes down.
Look
yeah,
at how
no,
much
that's-
water there is there.
Yeah, he shouldn't get water relief on that. I mean,
And then he ends up
he was
here,
fucked for sure. Mm.
And then this rough, you can't even see his shoes.
He just
Yeah.
let that one shot get to his head right there.
Oh, man, just a brutal hole right there.
Mm.
That was for a double bogey. I mean, that doesn't explain the rest of the round. That's the other problem. Shout out to Robert McIntyre though. What a round for him.
Yeah, 2 down is crazy.
Yeah,
Same with like Ron and Roy. They shot 3 down on the final day.
yeah.
Let's go. Coastal Carolina's up 3-1.
Nice.
Dude, I really do think they could win this whole thing.
They can. They're great.
I think the only competition they have is LSU.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't have like a full breakdown just because it's been a weird tournament to watch just in general.
Yeah, it's officially over.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's officially over.
Pretty sure
Who-
Spaun
JJ
just-
Spaun.
Pretty sure he just birdied 18.
Is that JJ's first major? I want to say so.
Did he birdie 18? Is that what I'm saying? Because he finished 1 down.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So JJ Spaun birdies on 18, finishes 1 under for the weekend at Oakmont
That is a crazy.
for a major championship. Wow. Yeah, so and JJ kind of been around the top the whole weekend. It was him and Tristan Lawrence, the South African. Played some great round 1s, not so great round 2s. They both bounced back in round 3. Tristan Lawrence kind of fell apart, but JJ stayed up there. And at one point, he surrendered the lead, falling down to tied for 5th, kind of floated around that area for most of the day, and just let the things happen in front of him and just kind of kept playing his game.
It was bound to happen after what happened with him and the flag stick.
Yeah.
Like, how do you hit
Oh,
the flag
man.
stick and it rolls 45 yards off the front of the green?
Brutal. Absolutely brutal.
It's a back left pin location, and it rolls all the way off the front of the green.
Yeah. Did Tyrrell Hatton end up falling apart in the final round, as he often does?
They got
Shot 4 over.
Tied for.
Oh, he came tied for 4. Okay, so shout out to Tyrrell Hatton.
Oh, yeah.
Keeping his head cool.
Shot
That's
2 over.
a common problem. Okay, so we've got the USGA rule on casual water. It's referred to as temporary water. It is a temporary accumulation of water on the course that is not a penalty area like a water hazard. If your ball lies in temporary water or it interferes with your stance or the area of your intended swing, you're generally entitled to free relief.
I don't think any of that.
But that doesn't apply.
I think the argument was how much water was on the ground there.
I think it has to be a genuine puddle.
Like some sort of body.
Like
of
we
water.
saw like what the greens looked like. It's some of those parts where it was literally just a puddle of water on top of the green. That you would get relief for. Or like the walkways.
I don't think it would have.
A couple of the walkways.
There.
But
like if your ball is like fully submerged into water.
yeah, but the thing is that ball was lying.
Ball was here.
Yeah, but that's where he fucking spiked his club head into the ground after the fact. That's the
His
thing.
ball was on top of the surface.
Yeah, his ball was on the surface. You could see his ball sitting there. You can't say just because the ground was soggy.
I think it's this is.
But I don't think there was enough water on the surface. That's my thing.
You have to compress a golf ball.
That's not.
That's how golf works.
Yeah, but I mean, you're not going to get a free swing just because it's wet under the grass.
It's gonna be wet on top of the grass.
Because then how do they
As
do
you compress.
morning tee times then with all the dew on the grass?
Yeah.
Well,
Then you
dew's-
just never tee off
dew's
in the
not gonna
morning.
Puddle up like that when you step on it.
I mean, I've played
That
some
man's
early
socks
morning.
are probably wet.
Probably. Well, he's an idiot for doing that, by the way.
I think he's just trying to show
yeah,
it,
I get
like
it.
how bad it was in that area. But
But no, he shouldn't have gotten relief. I'll stand on that.
Yeah, no.
But yeah,
I would-
in
in those conditions, I would ask for it if I.
yeah.
knew
Oh,
the rule.
I mean, why would
Like,
you not? I'd be
that's-
asking for it on every fucking shot.
I think it's enough water to ask for it.
Yeah.
The thing is, like,
Casually relieve me from life if I'm playing
the thing is, like,
Yeah.
where is going to be okay to hit it from?
exactly
100 yards
yeah.
back?
If he goes back a couple yards, it's not going to help.
Well, based on what he did on the rest of the hole, I think 100 yards back would have helped.
Maybe.
So I don't think that he would have been bad.
Yeah. I mean, he also just took a shit swing. So
Yeah, because he was pissed.
yeah.
He was in his head.
Yeah, that might have been what got him. It's just that he got denied the relief, and so he was in his head. It wasn't even about the actual shot.
Sabi would have still birdied that.
Facts. Shout out Sabi.
Shout out Sabi. Bro, I want Sabi to get on the,
Yeah.
what is it, the Corn Ferry? Or,
Yeah.
I want
Corn Ferry. I think there's a step below the Corn Ferry as well.
I just want him to get on like
Q-
an
Q
amateur
something?
tour.
Yeah.
Because I feel like
That'd be cool.
I think he'd ball out.
That'd be awesome. I'll caddy.
No. I think if anybody caddies,
I
it's
know
Adrian.
I know literally nothing.
Or me. I know how to caddy for him.
I had this note about Adam Scott. It's no longer applicable. But when I took this note, he hadn't hit over par yet this weekend. That didn't stay. But he was the only player to do so through the first 3 rounds without going over par. And he's 44 years old. Shout out to Adam Scott.
He's like them old guys at the courses, just hit him 150 yards in the middle of the fairway, 150 yards on the green, and boom, you're there.
Yeah, and use your whack-ass putter. That was his 96th consecutive major start, which is just insane.
And you don't mean putter, you mean chipper.
What?
Them old asses use chippers, not putters.
Well, no, but Adam Scott uses he has like the double grip. Yeah.
And so Spaun
Wow.
got
4.3.
wow.
It's a nice payday.
In those conditions, I would take
Nice
that.
pay- So think about, where did Burns finish?
Yeah. Ooh. Not good. He finished.
You know what? Tied 4th, not. Look, you lost $3 million.
Three
But-
people tied 4th.
Okay.
Yeah, Burns tied 7th. He tied with Scheffler and Rahm.
That's good company. Oh, man. Yeah, so you're talking about.
What's crazy though is he was literally 2 strokes away from being tied 3rd.
Damn. Brutal. Tough break for Sam Burns. I mean, you're walking away with, theoretically, you threw away about $3.6 million.
It was really the front. He couldn't get a birdie on the front to save his
I
life.
think it was more the back.
Yeah. Couple doubles.
A couple doubles.
Yeah, shot 38.
Yeah. 2 doubles on the back. Each of the doubles followed by a bogey is brutal. Yeah. Pretty tough break there for Sam Burns. Yeah, it was a crazy tournament. I mean, he shot a 65 on Friday and followed it up with a 69 on Saturday. Totally fell apart here on Sunday with a
What's
76.
crazy is look at the start to Spawn's last round.
Yeah. Spaun was 5 over through 6, 5 over through 11 as well is already concerning enough. But
Going into hole 7, he was probably like, "What the fuck is happening?"
yeah, but he figured it out.
Yeah,
Figured it out, and he's a major champion.
Shout
Is
out.
that his first major? I think it is. I don't know where we could. I mean, you'll probably just have to look that up.
We'll give him a clap. He gets
He gets a golf clap. All right, I'm gonna clap. Colin, you clap after me. I'm just kidding. you know what I'm talking.
Yes, you. How about you?
Yeah, needed that. Thank you. All right. How many? Oh wow,
What?
they already updated it.
No.
It is his first major championship though. All right. Well, shout out to JJ Spaun. He's been close a lot. I think he was a runner up maybe recently at the Players Championship this year. 5 professional wins. Shout out to JJ, man. Anything else to talk about in sports? How are the NBA Finals going? Anybody paying attention to that?
Game 5 tomorrow,
Game
tied
5.
2-2.
Cool. Very cool. Who's gonna win MVP? The Halle Band?
Either Halliburton or Shea.
Okay, gotcha. So the stars are shining. Yeah,
That's crazy.
it's a good question. He's never played in the Open. That's crazy.
Not yet.
Oh, I guess he's never made the cut. Sorry. Yeah. Okay,
Shout
so he's
out.
never been close to a major until now.
Shout out. All it took was for a monsoon to hit the course.
Yeah. He just took
Because let's be honest,
an extremely difficult course already.
no rain, Scotty probably takes that.
No rain. I mean, Sam Burns.
Yeah, who knows?
I mean, Scotty started the day in like 11th or something.
No,
Yeah, I saw this. We're not. No.
no rain. Who knows? Maybe Bryson
Yeah.
doesn't miss the cut.
Maybe. I doubt it.
No. Yeah.
Bryson, as well, being the reigning champion of the U.S. Open, brutal.
Yeah,
to,
it was
to not make a cut.
DJ missed it. Patrick Cantley, Tommy Fleetwood.
Yeah, a lot
Bryson.
of big names. Brooksy didn't. Shout out Brooks Koepka.
Neither did Tony Finau.
Go Knowles.
Oh, Oberg missed it.
Yeah, pretty pissed about that. Ober's
Cameron
my
Smith,
guy.
Phil,
I mean, I knew Phil was gonna miss it.
his old ass. Min Woo Lee. Come
Yeah.
on now.
Come on, Minwoo. Any other big names?
Yeah, if you scroll down lower.
Nathan, keep scrolling. We're not saying Byung Hung An. Thanks. Yeah, Tommy Fleetwood, like you mentioned. Keep going. Joaquin Neiman,
Yep.
Bryson, Gary
Akshay.
Woodland, Akshay.
Jaquez.
Nope. It's definitely Jacques.
That's it.
Kruiswijk. Seb Straka.
Justin Thomas, bro.
I mean,
come on.
JT doesn't make a cut to save his life, man. It's crazy. Ballester. Yeah. Those are kind of the big names.
I'm sure there's bound to be some more.
I'm sure. Have we passed Dustin Johnson yet? He tends to be down here.
Yeah.
Justin Rose, brutal.
We passed him already.
Okay. Shane Lowry. Oh,
That's brutal.
that's my guy.
Hey, then scroll back down.
17. Ugh.
There's got to be more.
Gotta be. Somebody. Yeah, Chase Johnson is Dustin Johnson's brother, I believe. Actually, wait, no.
Keep going.
No, I don't think so.
Corey Connors.
Corey Connors, he's actually good. Oh, he withdrew. All right. That makes way more sense. Yeah, oh yeah, he was good.
What is that last name?
He shot 71, 70. Oh, yeah, he withdrew after 3 rounds.
Dwang Mani. Dwang Manny.
Dwayne Mani.
Oh, what is that round, brother? Oh man.
Good God.
6.558, brother.
Ooh. Brother,
That's
he
what your rounds
shot
at
a
Callahan Whites look.
89. Did this guy win like a local tournament to get in? Yeah, Colin shot 82 last week, and he was fucking flipping out.
Yeah, that was
It
sick.
was awesome.
That's
awesome.
a new PR, bro.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look at the first 8 holes.
Yeah, I mean, how do you even get honestly at hole 4?
How do you get locked in?
Yeah, when you triple on
I'd
hole
be
5
snapping for the cart
or
girl.
hole 4. I'd be calling for her. I'd be yelling, please run me over.
Let me get 55 fries, 55 burgers, 55 burgers.
All right. Well, that is going to wrap up the episode here. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you're subscribed here on YouTube. You turn on post notifications. You follow us on Instagram and TikTok. And you be on the lookout for Wednesday's video, MLB Feud. It's a blast. Very fun video that we did. What just happened? Oh, JJ hit a 64-foot, 5-inch birdie. Was it a putt? Oh, it was a 64.5-foot putt.
Holy shit.
Holy shit. To hit the birdie to win. That's crazy.
That's insane ice right there. Bro.
Insane. Shout out JJ. Fuck.
Yeah, I gotta see this.
A little bit of second short after hours here.
Yep, let's see the drive. We're
Skip to the
gonna
end.
no, we're
Skip
gonna
to
watch
the
the
end of
whole.
Come on.
That's mashed.
Yeah, I mean, that was crushed. 294 carry, and it just broke. Damn. This must be a pretty botched approach.
Splash.
Putting himself 65. Ugh. Oh, God. It just keeps zooming out. And he sinks this?
He needed 2 putts to win the U.S. Open.
Damn. Wow. Oh, my, perfect speed, too. Holy
That's crazy.
What a way to win a major. Yeah, dude, that caddy must have just got so much money.
Gave him the perfect read. It's like, hey, aim there.
Yeah. Oh my God. Shout out to JJ Spaun, man. What a way to win your first career major. Wow. All right. Well, that's gonna do it for us, guys. Colin, do you have something prepared for us? Either a movie review or a would you rather?
We got a movie review today.
Okay. Movie review today from Colin.
We're gonna try to alternate it.
okay.
Like, not just.
All right. Well, have you been using your Letterboxd?
I have.
You enjoying it?
Yeah, it's nice.
I got another person on Letterboxd as well this week. So
Yeah. So, you ever watch End of Watch?
I have not.
It's with Jake Gyllenhaal. Let me see the other. Michael Pena.
Okay.
So it's almost like they did like a documentary of like LAPD. So it's
Gotcha.
so it's not real.
A mockumentary.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Basically just like I'm trying to go through it without spoiling it.
Yeah.
But basically just went about their lives and
Okay.
everything like that and how they were, not your typical LAPD cops.
Gotcha.
They didn't play by the books of everything.
Gotcha.
To where things sort of turned
Mhm.
bad. But overall, it's a pretty good movie.
Yeah. Well, what are you giving it on your scale?
I gave it about 3.5 Collins out of 5 Collins.
Oh, this is a 5 Colin scale.
Yeah.
Okay. I watched Mickey 17 with Robert
I
Pattinson.
want to see that.
It's outstanding.
Is it good?
It's hard to follow to start, but once they establish the plot, it's outstanding.
I'll
Love it.
I might watch it tonight. We'll see.
Absolutely love it.
What's
It's
it
on
on?
Max.
Max,
It's
we
on
got
Max.
that.
Everybody go check it out.
The trailers looked really good.
It's an outstanding concept, for sure. I really enjoyed it. So
Yeah.
definitely check out Mickey 17. I'm gonna give it 4 Collins out of 3.
Oh, so it's that good.
No, I'm just getting abstract with it. All right. Well, make sure you guys tune in on Wednesday for MLB Feud and on Friday for me, Luke, Nathan. You gonna be here? Friday's episode. All right, Nathan will be here as well, and we got some fun stuff for you on that episode. I'm sure it hasn't happened yet, but there will be things to talk about. And yeah, make sure you're subscribed. We'll catch you guys later. Enjoy the week. Enjoy the baseball. Club World Cup. I guess watch it. We'll catch you guys later. Peace.